lesson you can take from here today with a guarantee that it's true. History is not the past. Remember that. History is never what it was. It's only ever what it is. A story of the past, and that story is nearly always writ large and embellished by the people who win. Now this explains France, while your history books are quite slim, and volumes of British history cover shelves all over the world. History is also a dynamic. Vive la France, yes. History is also a dynamic. It will not stay in the past and has this habit of bubbling up centuries later. Just a few years ago, I was telling people that Richard III was chopped up on the battlefield of Bosworth and thrown into the River Soar, because that was in the history books. It still is in some of them. But it was wrong.
Leicester, wasn't he?
Richard III was completely intact and has spent most of the last 600 years under the Social Services car park in Leicester. He was positively identified in 2012 with DNA from a known descendant, a Canadian. And those DNA markers will be present on those bones in Westminster Abbey if, but only if, they are his nephews. What's interesting is, although we've had the DNA for over 20 years, we've not checked, and it's unlikely we ever will. If we did check, and it wasn't them, we'll have a problem. Who they are will become an irrelevance. Where the princes are will become all important. Now, if it's true that they were spirited away to Ireland, the land of all my fathers, then it is entirely possible that I, William Callahan, of the Fighting Callahans of Cork, could now be the true King of England. And that's how it's going to start. Every nutter and his cat are going to be claiming the throne. And whilst a lot of these nutters will be Irish, that's grand, some of them will be Canadian. Frankly, that's a worry, Canada. It really is. What we do know is that the Bloody Tower is an absolute marvel of medieval defensive architecture. 2.5-ton oaken steel portcullis, 700 years old, and in perfect working order. The gateway to the inner ward, and it stands open. We are about to charge through. Charge is a military term. It means to move rapidly, to engage in eager combat with an enemy. So, Italy, you're not at the front. Charge! Let's go!